I am doing my best to help your wealth be unequal. I want you to be part of the problem with wealth inequality. I want to make you wealthy. I want to show you how to handle money so you can become vastly wealthy, completely change your family tree, and give money and help others like nobody's business. I want you to be the problem. When people are griping about wealth inequality, I want them to see your face. That's my goal. I'm trying to help you get there. I want you to be unequal. I want you to be better than average. I don't want you to be typical. I don't want you to be normal. Listen, I'm a member of the marriage inequality movement too, because I've been married now for almost 33 years, which makes me weird because very few people have been. And so my marriage is unequal. I'm a member of the kid inequality movement too. All three of my kids are grown, functional, and don't live in my house. I'm a member of the kid inequality movement. I don't want them to be normal. I don't want them to be typical. I want you to be excellent. I want you to be passionate. I want you to win. I want you to do things better than you've ever done them before. And you know, the sad thing about that is people who won't make the same choices you make won't be in the same position you're in after you do those things. After you make better choices, you'll start winning. Someone who plays a guitar better than someone else because they practice 10,000 hours more than they practice makes more money playing the guitar. People who are more talented putting a puck in the net make more money playing hockey than those who don't. That's why Wayne Gretzky made more money than that other guy that you don't know his name. It's not equal. And see, somewhere along the line, we taught everybody that everybody gets a trophy, and that equal is equal. That equal means fair. Fair is not equal. It would be unfair for you to get paid the same amount of money to play a guitar that Brad Paisley gets paid. It would be unfair for you to get paid the same amount of money to play golf that Tiger Woods gets paid, because he's better at it than you are. So it would be unfair for it to be equal instead of equally as fair. As a matter of fact, unequal is more fair than equal. Oh, now I'm messing and tripping with your little psychology and your little philosophy, aren't I? Equal is unfair. How's that? Smoke on it for a second. Equal is unfair because people don't have equal levels of effort. If you go into the classroom and a kid doesn't do his homework and another kid does his homework, a kid makes an F on the test and another kid makes an A on the test, and at the end of the class everybody gets an A, how is that fair? It was a different level of effort. Oh, yes, there was a different level of innate born DNA intelligence, too. I wasn't blessed with that when I had to just outwork the smart kids. But I never once whined about them being smarter than me. I mean, I know lots of people that didn't even have to go to class and they could just make A's. Me, I'm in there just working my little blue-collar butt off to get a dad-blame B, and that was on a good day. I mean, I'm the half of the class that allowed the upper half to happen. So I get it. But it would be unfair for everyone to get an A. And so it would be unfair for your income to be equal. Deeply unfair. So you hadn't thought about that. But the problem is we have a kid with $150 highlights in his hair living in his mother's basement, sitting in $100 skinny jeans, typing on a $3,500 MacBook Air, that wealth inequality is unfair. And those are the thought leaders in our culture now. God help us. Equal is unfair because the same amount of talent, the same amount of effort, the same amount of diligence, the same number of hours of labor were not put in. And so here's the thing, and then we have to dream up the corporate boogeyman and say, well, it's corporate America, it's corporate America, it's corporate America has all these unfair advantages. Well, sometimes not, but how has that kept you from winning? All of those people existed the whole time I was building my life, and I became a millionaire by the time I was 26 years old, and I was so stupid I lost it all, and I had to start completely over. And so I've done it twice while all of those people were out there being corporate America. What are you doing? How is corporate America being corporate America taking away your opportunity, your future? You surrendered it to a mythical boogeyman and sat down on your butt and whined about it and blamed it on this general thing. It's the economy. What's the economy? The economy is when you get up and go make some money. That's when your economy starts. It's a mythical boogeyman. I've met salespeople. Listen, I got my real estate license when I turned 18 years old. I'm selling real estate during Jimmy Carter. Interest rates were 17% fixed rate to buy a home. I'm 21 years old and I'm selling houses. I sold houses too. People bought them at 17% fixed rate from a 21-year-old. Meanwhile, old goobers sitting in my office sucking on the end of a donut, making zero, talking about how the economy is bad because they're not working. And I was so dumb, I just went out there and wandered around and knocked on doors and talked to people, and anything that popped up that looked like it might be a real estate deal, I'm in their face digging and scratching and clawing. And I was awful. I was so green and so raw and so rude, walking around in my disco clothes at 21 years old trying to sell a house in 17% interest rate, and I still outsold people sucking on the end of a donut, whining and believing it was the economy because they had this mythical boogeyman, the economy, the economy, the economy. Is 17% interest rate suck? Yes, they do. They're horrible. It was the only environment I was sitting in, and I still had to make enough money to get through school. And so I didn't have a choice. I had to do something.